Here comes Michael Cruz with a single already today from the left side. Started with a strike on the outside corner. So is it good to be home, Ryan?
Absolutely. After the bus ride yesterday, that bled into today. It's good to be back in the friendly confines of the Steel Yard.
Here's the 0-1. It's a slow looping slider that just gets the outside corner. A wonderful pitch from Grauer. And now it's 0-2. It's always nice when you guys come back.
Especially after taking 2 out of 3, too.
That's true. This lonely intern misses you when you're gone. The 0-2. Chopped foul. Cruz staying alive with Lingua at first. Your leading stolen baseman in the association. 15 SBs with just 1 caught this season. 14, my mistake.
By the way, before I make my point about Lingua, this broadcaster misses you too. But I think Lingua is just starting to develop the speed aspect of his game. Last year, he only had 13. He beat that in a month.
Another foul by Cruz. And that could be Lamar Rogers, his presence in the dugout, allowing Lingua to have a bit more of a loose leash. Cats aren't meant to have leashes, right?
No. They're really not. Have you ever seen a cat on a leash?
Grauer's 0-2 is outside. Well, my cat.
Wait, actually?
Oh, yeah. Walk my cat all the time.
See, I've never been a cat owner, so I don't understand how these things work.
Well, it is weird. We get looks, that's for sure. But a Railcat should never be on a leash. I think PETA says that all the time. Cruz steps out of the box. Grauer will have to reset. Tyler was very good in his first 4 outings this season, as the 1-2 is fouled away again by Cruz. But 2 appearances ago, he gave up 4 earned runs against the Milkmen. In his last appearance, he gave up 3 earned runs against the Dockhounds. And now 2 more today. The association perhaps figuring the lefty out a bit, but always keeping his team within arm's length of a victory, and that's all you can ask from your starter. His 1-2 bounces into the glove of Correa, count even.
And what fascinates me is even though he gave up 9 hits against Lake Country in his last start, he still struck out 9 guys. So if 9 strikeouts is your off day, how good are you when you're on?
It's a great point. Here's the 2-2. Out in front is Cruz. He fouls it off again. Michael putting on the old emergency hack. You're absolutely right. You give up 9 hits, but it's a lot easier to scatter those hits when you're striking out as many batters as he did against Lake Country. A career high professionally for Grauer, those 9 punch-outs.
Yeah, just ask Nick Garcia.
2-2 is low. Cruz with a stone-cold take. Yeah, how about Nick Garcia? Just one of a number of Railcats arms that have been impeccable this season. 3-2, runner going. Lingua is out at second base. Picked off by Grauer. The throw to first, then over to second was in time. It's out number 1.
I could tell exactly what the Railcats were trying to do. Put a runner in motion with a full count, but you always have to be weary of that left-handed pickoff move, and Grauer just showed it. He's got a good one.
That is another costly mistake on the base paths, the second of the game so far for the Railcats. 3-2 to Cruz. Chop to the right side. Buscan goes. 3-2 to Cruz. Chop to the right side. Buscan goes down to pick it up. He sweeps it over to Grauer in time. It's out number 2. And the previous mistake I was mentioning was that Rakusin single back in the second that he was trying to extend into a double. It ended up being the final out of that inning. And I know we talked about it. You love the hustle in a spot like that. But at least from this broadcaster's view, it looked like he was most surely going to be out, and he was. In steps Jesus Mariaga, and he's ahead in the count, 1-0. Mariaga with a 1,900 OPS so far this season.
No other context necessary.
None at all. He is superhero. 1-0. Ripped to the left side. Pena gloves it. Throws across in time. Out number 3. Lingua singles to lead it off, but is retired on the base paths. It's a 1-2-3 on the Gary Southshore Railcats broadcast. On the call, Tyler Grauer back on the mound for Fargo.
And Grauer himself has run into a little bit of adversity. He dealt with the 2-run home run in the third. Has had a couple of base runners to deal with, but his defense has been there to back him up, and that's given him the confidence to go back out and attack these Railcats bats.
Yeah, one of those Railcats bats that made good contact was this guy right here, Zach Rakusin. Had a single in the second inning that was smoked to left center field, but Liriano made a valiant effort to cut it off before it could get to the warning track. That led to an out. Rakusin with 3 home runs this season. I'm sure this crowd would love number 4. Two-seam fastball cuts across the strike zone. 0-1 count.
And boy, what a crowd we have on our hands. Word must have gotten around town that it was Blues Brothers night. No, wait, there's a fireworks show after the game.
0-1. Rakusin late on it, hits it off a club level sweet. It's 0-2.
And man, these fireworks shows really are the best on this side of the toll road.
Oh yes, I got to witness my first, last weekend? I believe so.
Yeah, it was, after the Sioux City Friday game.
0-2, fastball high.
Or rather, the double header.
Yeah, it was a long day of baseball. 14 innings in a split. In a series that was eventually split. The Railcats haven't lost a series in now 3 tries. 1-2 to Rakusin inside. Backs him off a foot or 2. It's even.
Did you see what Sioux City was posting on their social media? And they just swept the Kansas City Monarchs, which is no small feat. And boy, they are really basking in that.
Oh, yes. The Twitter beef has been amok so far this year. 2-2 low. I saw the Monarchs tweeted at the Explorers a picture of Dora and said, "Is this your mascot?" And then what did the Explorers clap back with, Ryan?
Dora holding a broom.
Legendary. I mean,
wasn't
perfect.
even photoshopped.
Full count. Rakusin stays alive, fouls it away.
And I can prove that to you because you'll see a couple letters in the top. It says Pia. That's short for limpia, which means clean.
There you go. Full count from Grauer to Rakusin. Zach 1 for 1 in the contest so far. The breath, the pitch. Fouled off one more time. Zach Rakusin staying in there. He's been a cog in this Railcats winning way. The Cats are 6-3 in games in which Zach has an RBI.
And 2 of those are walk-offs.
Pretty big RBI. 3-2. Gets there, called third strike. Zach didn't like the call. That's out number 1. He will turn and head back to the dugout.
And he's got a couple of parting words for home plate umpire John Thalen, too. It's been, for the most part, a pretty tight zone all night long, but When a pitcher hits his spot, he'll get the call sometimes, and that's exactly what happened on that payoff pitch.
Yeah, I'm sure those parting words were, "Thank you, sir. I respect the job you're doing behind the plate tonight." Right? Pitch outside to Burgess.
I mean, there's not much else he can say. These umpires work hard. They're not going to go unnoticed.
Oh, we definitely respect them. It's one of the hardest jobs in the business. The 1-0 nabs the outside corner, evens the count. I wouldn't want to be an umpire. My goodness.
I have friends that have done it. I've heard the horror stories.
I mean, I was a wiffle ball intramural referee, and I have horror stories. 1-1 to Burgess, a big whiff from the big man in his first game back.
Man, that's arguably worse. Because you're dealing with people your own age.
Oh, yes.
Who will try to intimidate you.
Oh, yes. Just imagine actually being a little bit younger. Somehow worse. Being 18, yelled at by 22-year-olds who are really amped up for wiffle ball.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Here's the 1-2 to Burgess. Inside and a little bit low. Evens the count at 2. One of those guys is actually the pitching coach at St. Mary's now, Eli Morrison.
Oh, what do you know?
Count even at 2. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs of the Railcats bats.
Grauer's figured it back out. Looks like the offense really gave him a boost, and he's riding that second wave in his second turn through the lineup.
Here comes Alec Olin with a lefty warming up in the Railcats bullpen. We'll see if Francis is relieved of duty after this inning. Pitch outside to Olin, who walked on 4 pitches. Grauer has yet to get one in the zone against the Crown Point native. And look at that, fitting. A ball from the berm makes its way onto the field.
He can laugh about it now that it isn't him, right?
Oh, Silviano, a good sport, gives him the ball right back. We should count how many times a game it actually happens.
It'd be an interesting practice for sure.
Bet you the over-under every game is around 5.5. 1-0. Hit hard left field. Alec Olin, see you later. It's a home run for the Crown Point native. It's 6-3.
I know Christian Correa thought his was a no-doubter. That one was for sure. Off the net.
Pump it up indeed. Alec Olin has not homered since that Kane County series. I know that's a big monkey off his back. And we've got a ball game again, Ryan.
Hey, you already said it. Cardiac Cats are back in business.
Cardiac Cats with a bit of help from the long ball, something we did not see a lot last season. Here comes Tom Walraven. He gets underneath one, but it won't be enough. Liriano calls off everybody, comes in and makes the play for out number 3. However, we have some premature fireworks in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Railcats' top 3 in the lineup are due up, and they've got a lot of work to do against the Redhawks and their left-handed hurler, Tyler Grauer. It's the bottom of the 6th, and the Redhawks lead it 8-3. Tony Pasquazi here alongside Ryan Zimmerman for the last time this weekend, bringing you Railcats baseball. I know I hate to break that news to you, but it will be Ryan and possibly a special guest tomorrow and on Sunday.
They'll have to wait and see on that one, but Tony, you just have to be so good at so many different things.
Please don't. I will be emceeing at the Steel Yard this weekend. Our lovely, long-time MC Jason has some other obligations, so I'll be heading down there with a different microphone, but I'll still be around. Maybe I'll stop in for an inning if things are going well.
You better.
Zach Wells, the first Railcat due up, one of two cats to hit a round tripper today, his first of his Gary Southshore career in the third inning. And he is up in the count 1-0 after the Grauer off-speed pitch misses.
It's funny, your first time as an MC this year, my parents were in the stands, and they thought you were the normal MC.
Now the 1-0 hits the outside corner. That's very kind. It was my first time. It was beginner's luck. I am not trying to take anyone's job, I promise.
Well, I've already blocked a couple other teams in the American Association from trying to hire you away as their full-time MC, so I would hope so.
Oh, no.
One of the greatest things is that when they open the gates and Tommy cracks that mic and he yells, "People, people, people." 8-3, Fargo-Moorhead leading with the Railcats batting in the bottom of the sixth. Wells with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. That hits the corner. Breaking pitch, 1-2 the count. That thing had to come down a bit, and it did. So the count to 1-2 strikes on Zach Wells. Wells had home run. He hit his first of the season. He's set position by Grauer in a pitch. Left field. Caught by Liriano. A pretty good wood that time by Zach Wells, but he lines out to left field for out number one. So one away here in the bottom of the sixth. I'll bring up Michael Woodward. Ashley, so smart. She came over. She was gearing us up for the webcast on aabaseball.tv. And say a thumbs up. We can get the audio now pretty clean with enough volume for the Red Hawks side of that. My colleagues Ryan and Tony will do the broadcast. Ryan Zimmerman, his first year, I believe, the helm of the Railcats. Another good young talent. One strike on Michael Woodward. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Grauer's pitch, pulled foul down the third base line. Well, Tyler Grauer, the Indiana State, got to feel good to be pitching here tonight. Northwest Indiana. He's at 77 pitches and has an 8-3 lead. 0-2 the count, and Michael Woodward. Grauer kicks and fires. Hit on the ground to short. Takes a Sunday hop into Novak. Smith hurries the throw. The stretch by Boscan. And out is made at 1B. Manny Boscan able to make that stretch up the line towards right field. Michael Woodworth, by the way, can flat out fly. He is super fast. And Nick Novak, who's in for Sam Dexter at short, as that ball skipped up into Nick's glove, Nick knew he had to field and rush that throw to first. In doing so, threw that ball up the line, but Boscan able to make the stretch. So two-way here in the bottom of the sixth for Daniel Lingua. Lingua 1 for 2 in the game tonight. Solid single his last at bat. Takes a breaking pitch for a strike here. Red Hawks putting up 3 runs in the top of the first inning and a 2-run single by Silviano, an RBI fielder's choice from Reimer Liriano. Then Wells hit that 2-run home run to pull Gary within a run in the bottom of the third inning. I think the big turnover was the 3-run home run by Boscan in the top of the fourth inning that stretched it back to a 4-run lead. Gary got a solo home run from Alec Olin in the bottom of the fifth to bring Gary within 3, and then Boscan did it again, a 2-run homer in the top of this inning to make it 8-3. 0-2 the count on Lingua. Here's Grauer, the pitch. Just a bit down and away. 83 pitches in the game, but the bullpen quiet for Fargo-Moorhead. Redhawks have out-hit the Railcats 13-5 tonight, leading 8-3. 1-2 the count on the 3-hole hitter Daniel Lingua. The pitch, he checked his swing. Did he in time? No. They say he went around, and it's a strikeout for the Big Sycamore. As Marty Bauer, first base umpire, pulls up his right hand, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Grauer. Nothing across for Gary in the 6th. We played 6 tonight from the Steel Yard in beautiful Gary, Indiana. It's Fargo-Moorhead 8, the Railcats 3. This is FM Redhawks baseball. The Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks have done it. They defeat Gary 11-3 here in game number 1. On a night where Tyler Grauer pitches well and earns the win. A night that Manny Boscan will not forget. 3 home runs, 4 hits total, and 8 runs batted in for Manny Boscan, and the Redhawks win it by a score of 11-3. The Redhawks now have won 6 consecutive games. They'll remain in first with a 22-9 mark in the West Division. 11-3, your final tonight here at the Steel Yard. The Redhawks walk away winners. Our post-game show is coming up next. It was up and down the lineup, and then Tyler Grauer, I thought, really set the tone early. Maybe I don't even want to use the word labored at all in this game. The third inning, obviously, Wells got a ball up and out, but Tyler looked pretty good in tonight's 6 innings of work.
No, Tyler continues to impress us every time he goes out there. His mound presence, his stuff, his mentality. They made a couple swings, put the ball over the fence, but it was a 2-run shot and a solo shot. And, if you are going to give up home runs to that variety, it's always better to keep it to limited damage. I think you can really tell that the defense likes playing behind PG, and every time that they scored, our offense had us back, and then we scored in the next inning. And I think that shows, just the confidence that our team has, not only in our offense to respond, but knowing that if we score more, the game's pretty much on ice this way. TG's thrown out there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Anthony. I think the double play that Tyler threw in the second, and then the Boscan, the home run Manny hit, obviously in the fourth, was the money ball, because that was the response on that. Anthony, I can't let you leave without letting the fans know, when Dexter fouled that ball off himself in the second inning, right out of the gate, I thought, there's no way Sam is staying in this game. I know that he stayed in the at-bat. I know that you chatted with him between innings and then eventually made the decision to precautionary take him out. What can you tell us, Anthony,